Sophie Cunningham leaves the WNBA and becomes an Octagon Girl at UFC 329, to everyone's surprise. Sophie Cunningham didn't leave the WNBA permanently, but she did briefly swap basketball for the UFC spotlight in one of the more unexpected moments of UFC 329. The Indiana Fever guard made a surprise cameo as a guest Octagon Girl in Las Vegas, walking around the cage with the round 1 card before Paddy Pimblett's co-main event fight against Benoit Saint Denis. As per CBS Sports, Cunningham introduced the opening round of the bout at T-Mobile Arena, only for Pimblett to finish Saint Denis in under a minute with a submission. UFC later posted the moment on social media, writing, "Thanks for the help at Sophie." Cunningham's appearance came before the Fever's road game against the Las Vegas Aces on Sunday. Dana White explains Cunningham cameo. UFC CEO Dana White said the decision was made almost immediately before Cunningham appeared on the broadcast. "We've created a relationship and she was here tonight," White told reporters at the UFC 329 post-fight press conference. "When she walked in, she goes, 'Oh, I want to walk around that.' I said, 'Then you're going to walk around it.'" White also made clear the cameo wasn't part of a long-planned promotional rollout. According to MMA Mania, he said the decision was made about 8 minutes before Cunningham stepped into the role. "I love Sophie Cunningham," White said. "She's fun." Cunningham's surprise UFC moment. Cunningham has become one of the WNBA's most recognizable players this season, both for her role with the Fever and her connection to Caitlin Clark's team. CBS Sports noted that Indiana entered the weekend with a 13-9 record, the best mark in the Eastern Conference. That made the timing of her UFC cameo even more surprising. She wasn't appearing as a retired player or an athlete between seasons. She was in Las Vegas during the WNBA schedule and briefly joined the UFC show before returning to basketball business. The moment also fit Cunningham's growing public profile. She has leaned into her personality, gained wider attention beyond the WNBA, and clearly had no issue embracing a spontaneous crossover appearance. It wasn't a career change, but it was a striking detour. For one night, Cunningham moved from the court to the cage and looked comfortable in a very different kind of arena.